Hi, I'm John. Now, you've probably heard this phrase 100 times. If you've heard it once, you've heard it 100 times. Size matters, and it could never be truer than when we're talking about safes. And I'll tell you why, because a lot of people will buy safes online, or they'll buy it from a box store with a brightly colored box telling you all the features. What they tend to do, and this is a particular problem when you're buying online, is they tend to use the outside measurements of the safe as a size standard. But that's great for seeing if it fits through a doorway or fits in a closet or something, but it doesn't tell you what kind of room you have on the inside. And depending upon the type of safe, it can have some pretty thick walls. Like this particular safe, let me see, outside is 27.19 by 21 3/4. Let's call it 22. And you add a couple inches for the trim, okay? But the inside is more like 22 by 14.5 by 1.4. So that's 2.8 cubic feet on the inside. So be careful, because a lot of people will measure the outside and give you the cubic footage of that. So be careful, know what you're buying. Your best bet, of course, would be to talk to a safe dealer and touch and feel the things and get solid advice. Now, this thing runs about $3.80 per pound. So that's cheaper than hamburger meat. Certainly cheaper than eggs nowadays. Well, let's look at this one. This one's bigger. This is about $3.10. So there is an economy in scale. You get a safe that's considerably larger. Now this is 39, 21, 22 on the outside, okay? Inside, God, this print's small. 34.5, 16 3/8, and 16 at 5.5 cubic feet. The outside dimensions are extremely important to see where it's going to fit. The inside dimensions are extremely important because what are you going to fit into it? Let's open this safe up real quick. Now let me show you the wall difference. This is on a small safe. Okay, you can see this door. This door's got to be 6 inches thick. They're darn close to it. And look at these walls. I'm not going to make a guess on this, but I think you can see the inside is much, much smaller. This is also true with just about every other safe you can buy. And the floor safes, they're one of the few that only talk about the inside dimensions. You don't even see the outside dimensions. It's buried in the floor. So I just want you to pay attention to this, because this is one of those things you've really got to look for, because they'll sneak it by you just as fast as they can. Let's give gun safes a little time here, because that's a huge issue. Every manufacturer wants to tout their product. Sometimes they exaggerate a little bit on how many rifles can go in. This rack is supposed to hold 11 rifles. So I'm looking at it, and unless you've got Red Ryder BB guns or something, and I think we all have a little more than that, you're probably not going to be able to get a rifle here, 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 and here, maybe 1 or 2 of those spots, but I think you're going to be limited more by 8. So it's important to go see the safe you're talking about. Be very careful about ordering online. This is not exclusive to any one company. They all do it. It's important for their advertising. So you should hold that with a grain of salt. There are ways to get around it with rifle rods. Look that up. Now, this safe is huge. This is 72, 27 inches deep, 50 inches wide, and it's a toughie. It's made by American Security Products. It's just a beautiful product. And what's really nice about having a gun safe this big is, one, it'll hold a lot of rifles if you need them. You got the same little issue here in the back where maybe it won't hold as many as you think it will. It's an optics issue. I've seen a lot of people put the guns over here, put jewelry here, wanted to know them real bad. And all these shelves, you can move everything around, so it works really well. And by the way, if this won't do you, I got a bigger one coming in. It is 72 inches tall, like this one, but instead of 50, it's 60 plus. And it's 40 inches deep. That's where it really works out great. This would be a wonderful garage safe or a studio safe. Anyway, I had to share it with you because this thing is really cool. It's a heck of a safe. There is something you should do as well when you go shopping for a safe. If you're going to shop and have the safe delivered, let's say it's a larger safe like one of these, okay? Measure the width of the doorways, take a couple of pictures of a landing if it's going upstairs. Make sure you measure the landing, because not all safes can go up and hide into all places. We had a safe that was 30 inches deep, and he wanted it into a 28-inch wide closet. It didn't fit. Well, the door was 28, the closet was much bigger. Most of these safes are below 30 inches in depth, and there's a reason for that, because most doors, modern doors, I believe, are 32 inches, and there's a lot of older doors that are 28 inches, so you'll run into some problems. So measuring is a really good thing. taking a few pictures is a really good thing. That way you can let the company know that you're dealing with exactly what they're up against, and they can bring the right equipment, and that can make a huge, huge difference, let me tell you. So let's talk about fire ratings. There's so many different types of ratings. I can't sit here and explain them all to you. All I can say is you're looking for consistency. We have a video that I did not too long ago on general fire ratings. I didn't get into a lot of detail, but I told you what to look for. I'm going to put a link down below, and check that out if you're concerned about fire, because there are various different standards about fire, and some people make them up as they go along. So you'll want to know what the difference is. It can be a huge difference in a fire. Don't be afraid to ask questions, and don't be afraid to ask tough questions, because a lot of people they'll throw buzzwords at you that we use every day. Like they'll say, this has twin relockers, or this has an internal relocker, has an external relocker. What does that mean? Say, slow down, what does that mean? How is that fire rating tested? Who did the fire rating? Is that a reputable company? There are tons and tons of questions. Anyway, I'm getting ready to close down this video, but I have a favor to ask first. If you would be kind enough to give us a thumbs up, maybe subscribe. It's all free, it doesn't cost you anything, and it helps give us bonus points. So if you've liked these types of videos with a thumbs up, it'll help it reach out to other people. If you have questions about this video, or things that I haven't covered, feel free to make a comment, and maybe we can get around to covering them really soon. You're our source of information on what you're looking for, so don't be shy about that. Last of all, it's John with DeanSafe Company. Feel free to give us a call if everything else fails. Take care. Bye.